What if the reason people don't chase you isn't because you're doing too little, but because you're doing too much? What if every explanation, every fast reply, every emotional adjustment you make is silently teaching people that your presence is guaranteed? The uncomfortable truth is this: humans don't chase what they already own. They chase what feels like it's slipping away. And the moment you stop trying to secure someone's attention, something strange happens. They start paying attention. This isn't about playing games. It's about understanding how the human mind responds to emotional availability, certainty, and power. If you've ever felt like the more you care, the less you're valued, or wondered why emotionally distant people seem to attract more interest than those who give everything, this video is for you. But be warned, once you understand this shift, you won't be able to unsee it. Because stop caring doesn't mean becoming cold. It means reclaiming control over where your energy goes. Caring too much doesn't feel like a mistake. It feels noble, responsible, loving, but psychologically, excessive emotional investment without boundaries sends a dangerous signal. You need this more than they do, and need creates imbalance. When you constantly check in, over-explain your intentions, rush to reassure, or adjust yourself to avoid conflict, the other person doesn't feel closer. They feel comfortable. And comfort is not desire. The human brain assigns value based on effort and uncertainty. If your presence is predictable, your absence holds no weight. This is why people often say, "I don't know why, but I just lost interest." They don't lose interest because you're boring. They lose interest because there's no tension left to sustain emotional engagement. When someone knows you'll always be there, they stop mentally investing. And once mental investment drops, emotional attachment follows. Caring too much doesn't push people away dramatically. It erodes attraction quietly, one interaction at a time. Most people misunderstand detachment. They think it means being distant, rude, emotionally unavailable, or intentionally cold. That's not power. That's insecurity in disguise. Real detachment is internal, not performative. Stopping caring means you stop anchoring your self-worth to how someone responds to you. You stop measuring your value by their attention, validation, or emotional availability. You still show kindness, you still communicate, but you no longer chase clarity, reassurance, or outcomes. This shift is subtle but powerful. When your emotional stability comes from within, people sense it instantly. You're no longer reacting, you're choosing, and choice is attractive. Because now your presence is optional, not desperate. People don't chase emotional chaos. They chase emotional self-sufficiency. And when someone realizes they can't control your mood with their behavior, they begin to reevaluate their position in your life. The human brain is wired to avoid loss. When someone feels they're losing emotional access to you, their mind enters a state of psychological discomfort. They replay conversations. They analyze your tone. They wonder where they stand. This is called loss aversion, and it's stronger than desire. When you stop being constantly available, your absence becomes information, your silence becomes noticeable, and your emotional independence becomes intriguing. The chase begins not because you disappeared, but because you stopped over-giving. You removed certainty, and uncertainty forces the brain to engage. They invest emotionally to restore balance. Here's the key. Chasing only happens when they feel you don't need them. Need repels, self-sufficiency attracts. The moment they realize you'll be fine without them, they start questioning whether they'll be fine without you. You stop replaying conversations to figure out what you should have said. Instead, you redirect energy inward. You build routines, standards, purpose. You respond when you want to, not when anxiety tells you to. And when you do respond, it's calm, grounded, and unforced. You don't withdraw emotionally. You stabilize emotionally. And stability is rare. People are drawn to what feels solid, not needy. When your life feels full without chasing anyone, your presence becomes a privilege, not a plea. Here's the truth most people miss. The goal isn't to make them chase you. That's a side effect. The real goal is to reach a place where whether they chase you or not doesn't disturb your peace. Because when you stop caring about control, approval, and emotional outcomes, you become grounded. And grounded people don't beg, perform, or overextend. They choose. Ironically, that's what makes people chase them. Not because they're trying, but because they no longer need to. If this resonated, sit with it. Let it change how you move. And if you want more psychology that actually shifts how people treat you, you already know where to find it.